vita. Sei sopra al mio sepolcro. Vedi sbocciare un dì, un umile, bianco fiore. Sarà l'anima mia che ad aspettar sta lì. Accostalo alle labbra e bacialo, così ch'io senta sulla fronte del bacio il tuo calore. Mi guardi pur la luna, tranquilla e luminosa. Lascia che l'alba invii il suo splendor fugace. Lascia dell'aria ascolti la sua voce ventosa. E se un canoro uccello.
So, welcome is a very emotional art short film. Is about who gave the independence to the Republic of the Philippines, Dr. Jose Rizal, and he wrote at 33 years old, 3 hours before to be killed, that poem. It's the first time you can find in YouTube the film, Como Está Cayó Dr. Rizal, the title is in Filipino, in Tagalog. And it's the first time in the history of movies that a art short film was made only about a poem. Of course, the poem written by José Rizal, L'Ultimo Dios, Last Farewell. So we have the honor, the special honor, to have here with us the multi-awarded movie director. He's very young. And he is making so important new films. And so this, of course, is the program is What is Your Right? After I will show you Jason. I will ask him the question that I had to ask to all our fantastic guests. So now with you, Jason Zavaleta. This is not Jason Zavaleta, me, and now is Jason Zavaleta.
That's me.
Yes. So welcome to Jason. And so you could spend some word, if you like, about Como Está Cayó Dr. Rizal, that I think could be soon in a Filipino Manila film archive too.
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. It's wonderful to be in San Francisco.
Yes.
I went to school here at San Francisco State University. I graduated in 2012. So it's wonderful to be back here and with a friend who I've known since San Francisco State
Thank you
in
so
2010.
much.
And, we've been collaborating now in this film, the Philippines. My grandmother, rest in peace, was Filipina, and she immigrated from the Philippines. And so doing this short about Jose Rizal and the poetry, poetry's been a very huge part of my life. And so this was something that I really wanted to express and bring to life, because you don't get to see a whole lot of art films, especially short art films that are connected to culture and background, especially something in the Pacific Islands like the Philippines. So
Yes.
it's been a journey to get that out there and share it with the Filipino community around the world, and
Yes.
we hope to get it out to Manila and to the Manila Film Archive, and so Filipinos around the world can continue to watch it and remember their national hero.
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of things to ask to Jason, because really we are friends from not a lot of years ago, but happened something important concerning Jason and concerning me too. That we met as one of the most important author of cinema, Maestro Carlo Rizzani. And Carlo Rizzani liked immediately a lot Jason, and he wrote a script, and Carlo liked that Jason could, of course, direct this movie. This is amazing, because means Carlo Lizzani is a legend. He was friend of my mentor Federico Fellini too. So the top of the entourage of all cinema. So I am very proud about Jason, because also Carlo like immediately a lot Jason, and he will do the film soon. So now I like to show to you the trailer of the film, the last film of Jason. Then I will ask to Jason concerning his film, that the title is I Wrote This For You.
I Wrote This
Okay,
For You.
for you. So now I will show to you the trailer, and so I give to you Jason, and so you can see Jason, and I will put the trailer of, yes,
So this is my first feature film,
yes,
which was completed last year in 2018 in September, and we're starting our festival run.
perfect.
So you can see it soon.
Absolutely.
This is a tale of hearts. Scary, right?
Yeah,
Hunter, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you, man.
I like to write.
A writer who doesn't drink must be awful.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's gonna be alright. I'm not the only one who's concerned about you. You're gonna be okay.
Hey, do you live alone?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's hang out. I want to see your place.
I thought she was the one. I really did. This isn't real. This is just a dream. Darius, I need you to do me a favor.
I don't know why you're so afraid of the real world. Neither one of us is happy here, so give me one good reason why I should stay.
I listened to all your old voicemails the other day. The last one I played twice. How long do I have to wait for this drink to cool down before I get sick again? Phoenix, how the fuck does he know where I live?
You're so oblivious, you're so in your head.
I'm trying!
Hunter, you should wake up now. Love still always ends with, I'm done.
So what do you do?
I do good things.
Okay, so really great movie. So now I like that Jason can explain to us, can give more news about your film.
Sure. Well, so I wrote this for you as a project that came to me through the lead actor and writer, Brendan Keelcook. And we have been meaning to do a feature film together now for, well, let's see, we were working together about 9 years, almost 10 years now. So we've been meaning to do this for a while, and he had a series of notes in his phone and from experiences based on his life in Los Angeles. And so we wanted to do something, and I had said a feature it was time for us to do that. So he wrote a script, and immediately it was something that I knew I could do because
he wrote the script.
He wrote the script, yeah.
Ah.
And there was, there was this element of poetry, and it was an internal conflict and something that I really connected to at that moment in my life. I was going through a lot of loss and trying to find my way, and so I really identified with this character. And so through the poetry, which I also mentioned in the earlier with the video we did with Jose Rizal, poetry has been really part of that experience of my life in the last few years. And then also, the film being about a poet and a writer going through this internal struggle, I drew a lot on Fellini's 8½, and the surrealist nature of that kind of storytelling, of internal conflict, of when we are challenged to overcome something, and there's also not the opportunity to really deal with our emotions head on, and we're sort of struggling to get back to ourselves. So this was a manifestation of that experience, and I think it turned out really amazingly, and we had a lot of amazing people. I'm 25 cast and crew members from San Francisco State. So here in San Francisco, we formed a lot of bonds, and a lot of strong bonds, a lot of creative bonds, and so many of those people worked on this project. So it's a continuation of our college experience from here in San Francisco, and it's just been a wonderful experience.
Absolutely. So thank you to Jason to explain to us this so touching things too, very important for us, for the humanity, for us, for all of us. So you mentioned Fellini 8½. So I just discovered something. Of course, Fellini, I am very proud because Fellini was my mentor, etc., and was a great, immense friendship with Fellini. And the story is dramatic because not because me and Fellini and I, but because the circumstances around Fellini and around me too at that time. So exactly the story of Fellini. Of course, Fellini was at the peak of his fame with Fellini 8½. I met Fellini much later, so unfortunately very many years ago, of course, I have to say, 1975. So the 8½, was, I think, in 1968. 68. So not
67, 68.
68. So. And I just discovered something about the matter of 8½, that unfortunately what he described in the film was true. Means the true, and the story was not so happy as your story with your team, because you are growing with your team to produce films, through poetry, etc. But Fellini had some problem with the producers, so that they prevent his creativity too. That's why he said, means, during Fellini 8½, I don't like to go to the press conference. Maybe I will not finish the film. So
Yeah.
producer scared. So was another story, and I hope you could collaborate with me in the story of Fellini, that is Fellini seen by another angle.
Yes.
I like to speak, to change a little bit the topic, but another very interesting topic, because I like to speak about your coats. So I like to speak, you have to speak.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I like to know
speak.
the story.
Yeah, sure. Well, if you want to, let me show them. If you want to do the
Yes,
other camera,
yes.
you can see the.
Yes, now
you can see my coat
exactly.
here. Okay. So
Yes.
This is my coat. This is what you want to talk about.
Yes.
So this is actually made here in San Francisco in collaboration with the tie-dye artists at the Love on Hate shop on Haight and Masonic. Now, my father grew up here in the city and, was involved very much in the Cultural Revolution in the late 60s, 66, 68, 67, 68, 69, Summer of Love, and into the 70s. And when I was a teenager, he took me back to the Haight, and we walked through, and he explained to me, where Robert Kennedy came and spoke, where the Grateful Dead played their music, and where this cultural revolution really was taking place. And, going to school in San Francisco State, I wanted to remember my time there and also be able to carry something with me that had the relative heritage and culture and essence of the spirit of San Francisco. And I don't think there's anything more San Francisco than tie-dye. And so I had gone there, and they had these beautiful coats in the window, which I'm sure you can see there still today. And I said I wanted...
saw the picture I saw picture with the wind.
Yeah, in the window.
It's
so,
fantastic.
So I said I'd like to do one custom, and I said I wanted to do it with the colors of the peacock, because the peacock is said to be a spiritual animal that communicates from the higher realms to this realm. And so perhaps through my background, my experience being here in San Francisco, and through this heritage and through that spiritual nature of things, hopefully I can be a bridge of communication for spiritual healing, for emotional healing, through the work that I do in cinema and storytelling, because I really feel that cinema is it's part of the art of healing, really. Absolutely.
Cinema is a part of our healing too. Absolutely. So you understood already. Apart, Jason got many awards, but he is a great, really great artist.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And because you understood, that what is the procedure of Jason to create.
Sure.
Okay, and the goals of Jason. So at this point, I have to ask to you. We have a few minutes, but
Yeah.
I have to ask to you the question. This is what is your right?
What is my right?
Yes, but exactly the theme of this episode is what is the right of quality in movies? So this very difficult question. So what you think could be the right of the quality? There are films that are, maybe me, I don't consider films or absolutely not involved with art. Others, and there are some justice, to consider films, to award films instead of another film. Maybe this could be the topic, but I like that you can be,
of course.
Free of course to
Sure.
tell us about some rights, new rights maybe.
Right. I mean, I think similar to writing or to painting, to dance, I mean, really to just about every other art, there's a self-expression and an exploration too of how an artist presents themselves in the work that they create. So, you know, cinema is unique in the way that you can fit so many nuances into the story and how you do it. You know, there's a language of cinema, and that this has become something that we've realized in, you know, in the past 100 years, 120 plus years now of film history, of how these images and the way they're put together communicate different messages. And so that language, in conjunction with each artist's own experience, their own culture, background, and what they have to say and how they feel about different situations in their life, this enables them to communicate that visually through that language of cinema. So I think it is a right in the way that artists should be able to express themselves visually however they feel they need to, right? And not every expression is going to be the same. You know, we did art film in Comunista Cayó, Dr. Rizal, and, you know, and then I did, you know, drama, surrealist drama, and I wrote this for you, you know, and then I'm going to do a sci-fi film pretty soon. So there's no one way to express yourself. You don't have to be locked into a genre. You don't have to be locked into working for a company or a studio.
Exactly.
You can just express yourself. And
Absolutely,
I mean,
yes.
we have the ability to do that now with phones, with accessibility to editing equipment. You know, there's way more opportunities now for artists to express themselves in a cinematic medium.
So thank you so much immensely. We like to have again Jason, and thank you for your attention.